I'm Ashton Addison from Blockwest Capital for Investment Pitch Media and the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Oana Batran, the CBO of Chainge.Finance. Oana, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for taking the time to come on.
Hi, Ashton. Happy to be here.
Yeah, likewise. I'm excited to dive into Chainge.Finance's decentralized exchange with the mobile native application. I think this is a huge move for the cryptocurrency industry, moving into mobile, and I really do like the application so far. And I've been told by people that it's the home of DeFi already, which is exciting to hear. I would love to hear from you just a little bit more about Chainge.Finance, specific solutions your team is driving into the industry, and why do you consider it the home of DeFi?
Well, people actually started calling it the home of DeFi because all of the DeFi services they need, and even those they didn't really imagine possible, are now available in the Chainge app. We wanted to offer all of the opportunities that actually, derives from the decentralized finance movement, and make them all accessible in one native mobile app. It's basically like DeFi in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
From a spot DEX to a futures DEX and an options DEX, you get to experience the best of the DeFi world in one app. We also currently have the only cross-chain tech in commercial use at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking about bridges here. This is the actual, cross-chain. Imagine you have at your disposal all of the financial tools you need to make and receive cross-chain payments, get passive income, and trade with just a couple of taps, without the hassle and the bureaucracy and limits that traditional finance imposes, but also even centralized exchanges. And not to mention that our app fees are extremely low. They're basically close to nothing because the app runs on the Fusion blockchain that charges about 0.0003 FSN per operation.
Wow. Very interesting. I didn't know that. And I'm curious more about being the native mobile app. Do you see a major trend in DeFi moving into mobile? Is this something that you think is going to be predominantly the main way for people to be using DeFi in the future?
Well, yes, I think so, because it's obvious that, in our current decentralized DeFi world, things are not exactly ideal from a user perspective. When you try and use all sorts of DeFi financial instruments, you kind of have to do a bit of research first, and you have to learn a lot about it before actually getting to use it. So what we think are the major benefits and advantages here is one, that it's, the app is extremely easy to use. It has a very smooth UX and is very natural and intuitive. The second one is the fact that all of the features the crypto community might need are all put together in one place. And the third, that any operation you might need to perform is literally a couple of taps away. And the final one is the fact that the Fusion DCRM tech is extremely advanced, which means speed, it means efficiency, and some really new cool features. Let's make a quick swap right now so you can actually see the Chainge app in action, right?
Sure. Sounds great. I'd love to take a look.
Okay. Let me just share my screen here. Okay, so this is what the app looks like. And when you try and make a swap, it's fairly easy. You just go to exchange. You pick, the currency that you want to swap, which is Chainge to BTC. Chainge is our native app token. You can see the rate on there. You can see the expected slippage, which is very, very low because we have quite the volume in this liquidity pool. And after you press exchange, you're just going to see a confirmation that the spot exchange has been executed. Then if you want to check, as I said, the Fusion blockchain is pretty quick. So we just refresh a couple of times. It still says in progress, but I think it's almost done. You can see the first route, and there it is. It's completed. And that's how you make a swap in the Chainge app.
Wow. Very cool. And yeah, the user interface looks pretty friendly. So that's great for people also that are new to DeFi and don't really know about the advanced functions, a swap is pretty simple, but to be able to onboard new people into DeFi, I think it's going to be a major important factor for growth.
Yeah, I mean, it literally takes you a couple of seconds to just download the app and set your passcode, and that's it, pretty much.
Very cool. And how is the growth so far? With the Swap Live, can you talk a little bit about where you're at and how far you've come?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we're pretty happy with what we have so far. We're just a few months since launch. I think the spot DEX was released just about 3 months ago. And since launch, we've already gained about 420K users and about $65 million in total volume locked in the liquidity pools.
Wow.
So as you can see, we're well on our way to building a DeFi playground, as I like to say it, for users to enjoy while, without having to use those 100 dApps or spending useless time or money to make the operations they actually need.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. No, that's super important. And congratulations so far on that growth. That actually sounds very impressive, especially for the DeFi space. So that's great, Oana. And you did mention at the beginning as well about the cross-chain technology and how this is something unique to Change.Finance and that it's not just a bridge, it's something more than that. Maybe you can touch more on that and how that works within the different DeFi protocols and combines them together.
Yeah, this is a huge thing for us because when you see there's actually a lot of projects out there claiming that they are developing cross-chain tech or, even cross-chain DEXs. But the truth is that the Fusion DCRM tech, which is the one that we implemented in the app, is the only technology in commercial use at the moment. AnySwap, Nerve, multi-chain, all of these and more are projects who are currently using our Fusion tech to provide cross-chain bridge services. However, what we did is something that hasn't been done before. Because right now, when anyone using the bridges I just mentioned in AnySwap or Nerve or multi-chain will sense that the user experience lacks in some areas, and it's definitely not ideal. Users have to constantly configure networks and can only do one cross-chain transaction at a time, and these things are just a bit complicated for the average users, and they're actually pretty inconvenient. With Change, all of that basically goes away, and what we have is something called cross-chain roaming, which means you can do, more than one cross-chain transaction at a time. You can do several. We currently support about 8 chains because we currently added Avalanche, and you can just switch from one chain to another with just a couple of taps and a couple of seconds like that, because everything that happens in the background and you only get to see the results. You don't have to care about which chain your asset is on.
Very cool. And there's so many up and coming DeFi protocols that it's great to have them in one spot, because even just trying to understand 8 different platforms and then try to bridging between different websites and different locations is very confusing. So I'm grateful that your team has just built that in such an easy to use way.
Yeah, that was the main point, to make this whole thing easier. Because if for example you have some assets on Polygon and you want to move them to any other chain like Heco or whatever, you have to go through multiple steps, and it can literally take you up to, I don't know, half an hour, maybe an hour, not to mention the fees involved. Whereas here, you don't have any of that.
Definitely. No, it's great to have almost non-existent fees. And I'm curious, you showed the swap, you can make trades, you can profit off trades. I'm curious if there's other mechanisms built into the financial products on Change.Finance that allow users to make money or contribute to the system or profit in other ways as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have so many features. As I said, that's why people call it like the home of DeFi, because we have so many incredible features, which I don't have time to explain in detail right now. But the the main way for users to make money in the ChangeFinance app is liquidity pools at the moment.
Yeah.
They're one of the safest and easiest ways for our users to get some serious passive income. They can provide liquidity in our decentralized exchange, and then they will get the passive income while they sleep or they chill on the couch or whatever. For example, we offer very generous APYs for futures, which basically make up for single token farming and have no permanent loss. This is one of our users' favorites because it's not, risky. And thanks to our reliance on smart contracts, users can now know that their funds are safely locked up and available for withdrawal at any time. Meanwhile, there are currently about 150 pools available to investors. With the most popular right now is actually the one I just mentioned, time frame USDT versus USDT, which pairs USDT with futures USDT. This particular pool alone, I think, has about 21 million in total volume locked, and its current APY is about 98%. It used to be 100 and something, but now, as people start adding more and more liquidity, it just gradually starts slowly going down. Or if users prefer, spot liquidity pools, they can easily pair up USDT with BTC or any other of the 73, I think, or 74 available assets in the Change DEX.
Wow, that's incredible. And yeah, I don't think anybody could complain about 98%, although it's not as high as it used to be. That's still significantly higher than any bank could ever offer, or even some of the centralized finance lending protocols. That's a significant difference. So, and with 74 other options, I'm sure there's something that other people can be interested in as well. So that's great to hear.
Yeah, there's something for everyone, definitely.
And all of this is all that what we've spoken about is all live already right now, and anybody can go to the Change app and download it and just start using it?
Yep, pretty much. They can do it on the spot. Everything is live and ready for users to start, using. We actually have quite a lot of happy users because the app has proved itself to be extremely easy to use, which was our goal the whole time. But it does take, a bit of not background in crypto, but you still have to know what you're doing when you start using the app. Although it's very easy to use, you have to know, when you make an exchange, for example, that there might be some slippage there that you need to consider and things like that. But, this is, a thing that any regular user, crypto user would know about.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm guessing that your team's not done yet with continuing to grow and expand out the platform. And as the DeFi space continues to grow, you sort of need to keep up with that as well and maybe introduce new things. Is there any hints into what may lie ahead in the future for Change.Finance as your platform continues to grow as well?
Yeah, we actually have a lot of future plans. We have no intention of stopping, but let me just mention the ones that we're gonna try and release by the end of this year. Aside from the option DEX, which we just launched last week, which is actually a premiere in the DeFi world, allowing users to write, exercise, and trade options in a 100% decentralized way. This is something that has never been done before, and we're actually pretty proud to have it out. By the end of the year, we're also going to implement Wallet Connect, fiat on and off ramp, and decentralized escrow contracts.
Amazing. Well, I'm looking forward to all of that, but already there's already so much available on the application that
there's a lot.
So super exciting. For the viewers that are interested in learning more, getting started on the app and learning more about getting involved in the communities and learning more about DeFi and all of the different financial products that are already available on Change.Finance, what's the best way for them to get involved and to learn more?
Well, I think the best ways is to follow our Twitter account at Finance Change. Users can also join our Telegram channel that already has about 39,000 users. Everyone's pretty active on there, and you can find answers to all of your questions. Or if you want to go even deeper into the features and find some more in-depth info about the Change app, you can definitely check out our Medium articles.
Sounds great, Oana. I will leave all those links as well in the description box below. All the best with Change.Finance continuing on, and I'll be downloading the app and checking it out right now. And let's follow up in the near future.
Will do. Thank you, Ashton. It's been a pleasure.